A little earlier I spoke to Nasser al-Qedwa, a former Palestinian foreign minister, but perhaps more significantly on this day, the nephew of the late Yasser Arafat. I began by asking him if, given the current divisions in Palestinian society, anything had really changed since his uncle's death.
No, unfortunately things went worse. They became worse, and yes, that's probably the main reasons why every Palestinian is missing Yasser Arafat. But let me say nevertheless that the main reason for such serious deterioration was Israeli policies and Israeli actions on the ground.
What would your uncle think of the current situation, do you think? Not so much of the Arab versus Israeli situation, but of the Hamas-Fatah situation, the division in the territories.
Well, it is a very painful situation, there is no doubt about that, and of course the late president would have felt that way towards the situation. Nevertheless, he as well as the current Palestinian leadership would want to resume national unity, but would want to do that on the right basis, i.e. Hamas taking the necessary measures to reverse the coup d'etat that took place in Gaza and recommit themselves to the democratic values and the democratic basis of the political regime.
He is obviously still so revered in Palestinian society. How do you think that his memory and his stature could be used today in 2007 to try to heal the rifts?
Well, I think that's precisely what many Palestinians have in mind, and at least us in Yasser Arafat Foundation have this as almost an obsession. We want actually to use the memory of Yasser Arafat as gluing material, as an element that would help us in achieving more unity and achieving hopefully progress on our way to achieve national goals.
But do you think those, if I refer to those in Gaza, the Hamas loyalists in Gaza, do you think they would respond to that?
Well, I hope so. After all, I think many members of Hamas hold only very high respect to the late president, and I think many of them also feels the heavy responsibility on their shoulder resulting from what has happened in Gaza Strip. So let's hope, yes, and in a day like that, all Palestinians, including those belonging to Hamas, would feel the need to come together and to correct the situation.
Final question, just briefly, what is Yasser Arafat's legacy 3 years on and in the current climate?
Palestinian nationalism. He was the hero, at least the hero, if not the father of Palestinian nationalism and Palestinian national program. The work, the struggle for national independence and sovereignty in Palestine with Jerusalem as its capital.